you wrapped up the preseason on Saturday, 4-1 record. What does that kind of mean to you for having a winning record in preseason and head right into the regular season for you guys?
Yeah, it's we don't put as a staff a ton of stock into wins and losses, but at the same time, what I liked about a couple of those wins was they were gutsy wins that took some guys kind of digging deep, comeback wins that showed, I think, hopefully some good signs of some high-end character in the group to battle their way through nights when maybe they weren't their best, but to find a victory. And our message to the team is our goal in preseason is to show up in a building or show up for a game to continue to improve on those details that we talk about on a daily basis and to win a hockey game. So I don't want you to think that winning doesn't matter to us, because I think in order to have a successful culture, there has to be a goal in mind and things we do in practice. Obviously, the preseason games, there's a winner and a loser, and that matters to us.
Okay. Out of those 5 games, you had a lot of guys. You talked about gelling early on in the preseason and kind of that bondness that comes with it. You saw a lot of guys like Shane Pinto pick up a lot of assists. He was up the preseason leaderboard. Josiah Slavin continued over from last year. Caleb Burrell added into that. And then you got some guys to kind of fill in that support role. How big was that for you early in the preseason to see guys like that?
It's good, and obviously it's something that we're looking for. We're trying to find combinations that work and it's where guys feel comfortable with each other. So it's kind of an evolving, ongoing process, and you hope that a line or a group that has some chemistry or starts to click in preseason is able to carry that over. Sometimes that's the case, sometimes it's not. But I was excited about a couple of the combinations we had. The bottom line is we're looking for guys that are willing to work, and if we're committed to those non-negotiable things that we have as a group, a lot of combinations should work for us because we have everybody on the same page doing things right.
Okay, you talked about gutsy league wins, in a couple of those games. As a coach, what does it mean to you to kind of see that early on for guys that are fighting for roster spots?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like I talked about, our practices are created with a purpose where we have competition in practice, and there's a winner and a loser. There's winning feels good, and there's a penalty for losing. So we like guys that want to compete, and guys that want to compete on a daily basis generally are the guys that tend to get better as we go throughout the course of the season. And we're looking specifically for a group of guys that are willing to compete on a daily basis against each other, against themselves, to get better. And so having that carry over into a game is a great feeling. I think it's a good sign for what we're talking about, the culture that we're trying to instill, and obviously now it's our job to make sure that we're building off that.
Okay, you had about 3 weeks of practice, 5 preseason games. Going into the regular season, what's the consensus of the staff of what do you guys have out of this team?
You know what, I think we have a group of guys that, like we just talked about, do like to compete, and they like to win. They like that feeling, they crave that feeling in everything they do. And so that's exciting. I think we have some guys that have some ability offensively. I like some pieces of our game on the offensive side when we have the puck, and again, we're trying to build off those individual habits and those details, those non-negotiables, the preparation, the work, the compete, the communication. Those are things that are expected of every player when they show up every single day. Those things have to remain consistent. We continue to build on the details, continue to find more chemistry, but that underlying work and compete is what drives culture, what drives this group. So that's exciting for us.
Coach, you got opening the season right here as with a trip to Pittsburgh. Good long bus ride for the week. You guys obviously know each other already. You've been with this group now for a while, but just as far as the younger guys who might not be used to a trip like that or haven't had one in a while to mix with the veterans, what kind of process, what kind of opportunity does something like this, the classic opening the season, provide for your team, just as far as team building goes?
Yeah, the team building aspect of it is huge, and I've said it before. I like early season bus trips. This one is a long one. So it's we actually just talked about it when we ended practice out there. We talk a lot. We use the term "be a pro." We talk about pro habits. That preparation side of it. This is a business trip for us. We will get a lot out of it. Team building, team chemistry, guys spending a lot of time together, enjoying each other's company on the bus. But we're going to Pittsburgh with a purpose. We're not playing preseason hockey. Everything counts now. We need to make sure that when we show up there, there's a focus, a united focus of what our job is. And that job is to show up prepared, ready to compete, ready to work, and we're looking for 2 wins.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, you bet.